I think sometimes as educators, we get so consumed in the life that we live that we think everybody understands what we're dealing with. One thing I think we make the mistake of as educators is we live in this bubble. We have this belief that everybody understands what the state of education is at this time. I think we feel that parents understand the pressure that everybody is under in the education industry. Like, I truly think we have this misalignment with what their expectations are versus what our expectations are. And not even what our expectations are, the expectations that are being imposed upon us from the top down. This is from the state down to the district and down all the way into the classroom. But for the most part, most parents don't have a true understanding. If you go and you talk to parents and really ask them about what is the state of education, they're going to talk about testing and all the testing and the STAR test and all, but they truly don't understand, in most cases, what that all entails. For the most part, this is what parents care about. That if you really think about, all parents really care about is, can they get the bumper sticker? I don't even know if we even still give out bumper stickers, but most parents really just want to be able to say, I'm proud of my child, and my child is being successful in school. They don't care about all the other stuff, they just care about, my child is being successful at school. Parents aren't thinking about what schools are thinking about. Schools are worried about accolades too, but we're worried about accolades on a different level. We're worried about getting those distinctions. We're worried about being able to put those banners outside our buildings, or being able to say that this is the rating of our school. But in some cases, we're just trying to make sure that we're not on that one list. And nobody wants to be a school that didn't meet expectation or be an F school. And because of this, educators are under so much pressure, and the pressure is being pushed down all the way down to the kids. So you got 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds crying and throwing up before they take a test, because we're telling them the entire year that this is the most important test of your life. It's really not. Like, it's the most important test for us, but it's not the most important test for them. Like, if you don't pass a STAR test in 3rd grade, you still got a shot. Like, you still have a shot to be okay in life. Now, your educational career is going to get harder because that means you're a little bit further behind, but it's not the end of the world if you're not successful on a STAR test at a lower grade level. But we do have to be honest that there is a certain level of pressure that we're under, that we're imposing on the students. I'm not against standardized tests. Like, by no means, I'm not against state tests, because the thing is, you have to take tests in life. In order to get into college, you have to take the ACT or SAT. And based on the score you get on that determines what school you get into. If you want to drive a car, you have to take a test. If you want to be a teacher, you have to take a test. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to take a test. So testing is not necessarily the problem. The problem is the pressure that is being imposed on the value of these tests. And what we really need to do is truly be transparent with parents and have them understand this is what is happening. What we need to be transparent about with parents is this is the landscape of education right now. Because everybody looks at education from the lens they understand. And the lens that you understand is the lens that you lived through as a child. When I was a kid, it was all about getting the bumper sticker. The grades from the classroom were all that mattered. You didn't take a test until you got to high school. The landscape has changed. Parents are not understanding how important these tests are, because ultimately what a standardized test does do is it does give you an idea of how your child is performing in comparison to every other child that took that test that year.